Hello fellow YouTubers, welcome to this video which is just going to be me talking about Battleground real fast, hopefully. On the pre-show, Brazongo beat the Usos. I literally turned on the WWE Network, started everything up, and when it came on, it was whichever Uso it was on the top rope, and he started the splash that ended up being the end of the match. So I have no idea if this match was good. The first match of the night was actually the women's tag match, which Bayley was announced as a tag partner, which I know a lot of people predicted, but I was kind of figuring they wouldn't go there because that would be what people were thinking. But they did, and it's whatever. The match was dull, to be honest. Not in a bad way, it just... I think the pop was done already. The one problem I had with the match was the ending. Sasha hits Charlotte with the bank statement, locks the bank statement in, and Dana Brooke gets involved, and then Sasha goes for it again, which I didn't really like the repeat move, but I guess you didn't really have much else to do. But my problem was how long Charlotte was in that bank statement. And this is going to sound really stupid, guys, but the title wasn't on the line. So why is she not tapping immediately? I mean, realistically, all you're doing is giving yourself a chance to be injured. Would have made the move look better. Would have made Charlotte look smarter. Would have made Sasha look stronger. It just... I'm nitpicking, but that was what I kept thinking about after the match was over. Then there was the New Day Wyatt family match, and the Wyatts win clean. Woods overcame his fear, which I don't like, because I didn't think that was how the storyline was going to go. But I mean, he should have been joining the Wyatts, but instead he's attacking Bray. But the right team won, because the New Day, if they are getting close to being finished, this could be the catalyst to help start that. And if they aren't, well, they're on Raw. The Wyatts, need a big win every once in a while. Sorry, New Day. But it was an okay match. I had no beef with it. I don't really remember it, but no beef with it. Rusev made Ryder tap, which I'm pretty sure wasn't shocking to just about anybody. It was a rather boring match, but it wasn't bad by any stretch. And after the match, Rusev kept attacking Ryder, and Mojo Rawley, I don't know how to pronounce his name, who cares, made his in-ring debut. Well, not really in-ring, but he made his debut to save Zack Ryder, which is okay by me. I mean, my big problem with this is unless you're going to give him the U.S. title at SummerSlam, you're really going to debut this guy by having him lose to Rusev, which would just be a really crappy way to start your career. Then we had the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens match. And let me just say, I'm a little torn on this match, to be honest. For one, Sami Zayn won, which was what needed to happen. Just, it had to. Owens won clean before, so you needed Zayn to win. And it was a good match. There were a lot of really dull parts, and as somebody who doesn't like Sami Zayn, and I really like Kevin Owens, and I knew Zayn was winning, I had reason to gripe as the match progressed. But the crowd was really into this match. And I must say that the crowd took an okay match to a point where now I'm debating if it would be a contender for match of the year. And it was a good match. There were a lot of decent spots, but realistically, this feud can't end now because Zayn won clean, so you gave Owens an excuse to set up a rematch at SummerSlam. So, will that match be even better? Guess we're gonna have to wait and find out. But yeah, then we had the Natalya versus Becky Lynch in the Battle of the Women Jobbers match. And Natalya won, which kind of took me by surprise. Because, you figure they'd be putting more stock in Becky, but I guess putting this victory behind Natalya makes sense. She just turned heel. If I would have done a prediction video, I would have picked Becky. So I was kind of on the fence about why they did this. But again, this was a match you could argue it was a win-win match, because either way they were both losing. One of them was going to look better coming out of it. But in my opinion, it was a lose-lose match, because no matter who won, the loser is getting so destroyed now. So it's almost... This was Battleground's piss break match. And I know personally a lot of people were upset with that. I could care less, because the WWE dropped the ball with Becky Lynch, God, 5-6 months ago-ish. I mean, they just don't care. So yeah, there was that match. It was dull. Miz retained because the stupidest ending I've seen all year, where Darren Young is about to lock in the crossface Chickenwing, and Maurice slaps Bob Backlund, and then the Miz goes out there, pushes Bob Backlund, and here's where it doesn't make sense. Okay, Darren Young locks in the crossface Chickenwing on the Miz, so both of the people that are involved in the match, technically there has been no reason to ring the bell, and the official rings the bell. This was dumb. And I get why they did it, because the mindset is you can't really have Young lose, but I guess they want to keep the belt on Miz, which I'm always okay with. But it was bad. And maybe it was just me, maybe a lot of other people were happy with the way this went down. But after the match was over, I'm sitting there going, well, geez, the bell shouldn't have been rung. It was a bad idea, WWE. I get why you did it. This was my low light from the show, because it just made no sense. If it made sense, you comment why in the comment section, because I don't get it. Then there was the Cena, Enzo, and Cass versus the Club match. And let me just say straight up, before the match, Enzo, Cass, promo, killing it. It was, whoa, crazy good. Enzo impresses me more every time I hear him talk. And Big Cass, he doesn't disappoint. I could really see Big Cass being the next Roman Reigns. I'm just saying it, guys. It's out there. You heard it here first. That's what I'm picturing going down. But regardless, the Club lost, which I didn't quite get. And I guess you can't really be mad, because Cena needed his win back. Enzo and Cass get a big win. And with the Club being broken up by the draft, didn't really hurt anything. But it just... This match was very spotty, if that makes sense. There were so many parts of the match that were just really dull. And then there were other parts where it was really good, and then it would get dull again. So it just wasn't a great match. It's definitely passable, but this isn't a match you need to go back and watch. This would be a match to just watch the highlight reel from, and you're good. Speaking of the highlight reel, then we had the highlight reel featuring Randy Orton, and this was okay. It was really funny at points. Really funny, and I liked how pumped the crowd was for Randy Orton. But it dragged really bad. And it wasn't because I was excited for the main event. It just dragged. I want to say it was like 15, 20 minutes. It made no sense why they had to go this long. Realistically, you were just dick teasing us until the RKO came. So, am I mad? No. But this would have been a better Raw segment, to be honest. You could have just saved the Who is Brock Lesnar Fighting announcement till Battleground. Have Paul Heyman come out and go, he's fighting Randy Orton. And then Randy Orton can come out, maybe RKO Paul Heyman, and the highlight reel on Raw. And that just nitpicking here. But then there was the Shield Triple Threat, and this was the match I think most people were really excited for. Rumor online had been that Dean was losing the belt. And if you are a subscriber, you know I put up a video saying that Dean shouldn't lose the belt. So I'm going to spoil it for you. If you haven't seen the show, Dean retained. So that's fine by me. Literally, there was no outcome to this match that would have really made me leave the show angry. There we go. Because if Seth wins, he's my favorite active wrestler right now. He deserves it, especially if you make him face. Just freaking do it. If Reigns wins and you make him heel, well, geez, you've completely fixed everything. And I'm not going to complain about that because I like Reigns. I don't like Dean, but he needs to hold the belt for longer. So now everything makes sense. Granted, the question becomes, who does Dean feud with? Because both of the other members of the Shield are on Raw. Miz still has the IC title. And there really aren't that many established heels on SmackDown. It's a very interesting little spot they've got themselves in. Who knows? I mean, unless you do like another triple threat. Dean, AJ, and Cena. I don't know, guys. It was an odd choice, but it was necessary. Which is why they should have just had Darren Young beat The Miz for the IC title. Then you could have had Dean feud with The Miz for the title. And geez, would you look at that? The Miz is a main eventer. He was before. You can make him again with the brand split. It makes sense. So they made the right choice. This match was the second best match on the card because it was just a good match. From a few of the spots, the pre-match promos and the hype video, whatever, it was good. I could not complain about this match if I tried. It got everything it needed to get done accomplished. Roman ate the pinfall again. So this should be interesting. I still think that at the end of the show, instead of having the Usos holding Dean Ambrose up, you should have had Reigns turn heel. Because I'm sorry, WWE, but you really keep missing these opportunities. You've been really bad with Reigns for this. Every time the fans are going, yeah, this is the perfect opportunity to turn Reigns heel, no, he is a babyface. And you're really messing it up. Before you know it, the fans are going to be so tired of the guy that we're not going to be booing him or cheering him. He's going to be Sheamus. He's going to be Alberto Del Rio. So, Vince, if somehow you end up watching this, you need to turn Reigns. You just need to. Give him some time as a heel. Literally, you have the perfect storyline. Because all it would take is Stephanie starting Raw and saying, okay, we have a new belt for Raw, and we're going to award it to the person who most deserves it. And the crowd goes, okay, it's going to be Rollins. Nope, it's Reigns. And instead of arguing about, the fans thinking, oh, you like Reigns, that's why he gets the push, you're now telling them that's why. And just like that, he is a main event heel. He will be getting booed from the vast majority of the audience. I couldn't imagine anybody cheering him. Bam. Best heel of this generation. But instead, you're going to keep pushing him as a babyface. But this is just me trying to complain. Realistically, this show was pretty good. I have it as an 81%, which is the highest pay-per-view I've rated so far. Just because, realistically, all of the matches weren't... Well, aside from Zayn Owens, none of the matches were really good. But none of the matches were really that bad, except for Natalya Becky. But they needed a match to be the piss break. So it's like every match was passable. If you watch this show, I don't think you'd leave disappointed. But I also think you won't leave going, man, wrestling is the best. Unless you stop after the Zayn Owens match. Because literally there were points in that match where I was going, man, this is why wrestling is good. Pretty high praise, I think, for Zayn and Owens. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all know the drill. But anyway, I'm out. Peace out, skillets.